active with total of 12 pastry chefs, which reveal concepts about unclean ingredients in bakery and pastry products. This issue requires collaboration between chefs, suppliers, regulatory bodies checking, and also the consumer to ensure halal food is shared responsibility according to Islamic teaching, which is to find and consume halal food. For the introduction of the topic, unlike other ready-to-eat foods, which ingredients come from raw material, most ingredients and additives used in bakery and pastry industry are processed food, compared which raise the uncertainty on their halal status. As per the concept of halal, which is good, healthy, safe, and high in quality, we will from Islamic perspective, which is food that is permissible. The purpose of the lecture, which is this research, aims to shed light on the challenges of ensuring halal ingredients in bakery and pastry products.
Okay, so the next part is information on the halal concept. Based on the article, it directly mentioned that halal concept is associated with what is good, healthy, safe, and high in quality assessment. According to the article, the concept of halal is important for Muslims because it dictates what is permissible for them to consume. Halal food must be prepared according to the Islamic law. This means that the ingredients and the way the food is prepared must meet certain standards. Food can be considered as non-halal if it contains pork or pork products, or if it comes from animals that were not slaughtered according to the Islamic principles. Additives and ingredients also must be halal. There is a growing demand for transparency in food industry so that the Muslims can be confident that the food they are consuming is halal.
Important things from the article. Firstly, consumer trust and health. Halal product must be permissible according to the Islamic law to ensuring they are free from harmful or forbidden substance. Next, transparency and labeling. There is a high demand for the transparency in the food industry. Consumers rely on the accurate information on the food labels to determine if the product is halal. Transparency has led to the development of the method for analyzing food ingredients. Then, complexity of ingredients. Identifying of the halal status of bakery and pastry ingredient is more complex than with meat and poultry. Many ingredients used are processed and their sources may be ambiguous, make it difficult to determine if they are halal. Last but not least, trust in certification. Trust in halal certification such as the halal logo from Jakim plays a critical role. This certification assures consumer and chef that the ingredient and product meet the halal.
Next is challenges. There are 4 challenges in this article. Firstly, ambiguous ingredient. Pastry chefs face challenges in identifying and verifying the halal status of ingredient, especially those with ambiguous origin such as gelatin, shortening, bread improver, and emulsifier like L-cysteine. Secondly, trust in suppliers and mentors. Chefs often rely on trust placed in ingredient suppliers, mentor, and halal label on packaging, which may lead to complacency in verifying the halal status of ingredient. Thirdly, lack of knowledge and technical understanding. Laymen, including chefs, may struggle to understand the technical terms and origin of ingredient, making it challenging to determine the halal status of certain additive and chemical. Lastly, supply chain management. Ensuring a proper halal supply chain management is crucial to guarantee the halal status of finished product, especially when purchasing ingredient from middlemen or independent bakery suppliers.
The next part is critical points based on the result obtained from the paper. There are 3 critical points need to be highlighted regarding halal. So the first one is trust on halal label. Most of the informers are aware about the need of halal label in each ingredient used in bakery. Next, trust on supplier. In this case, the chef trust will then be shifted from halal logo to the suppliers of the items when the halal logo is not available at each ingredient due to repackaging of bulk ingredients into small packaging for sale, where we can define as the willingness of the chef to rely on their trading partners. It is quite a concern, especially when they rely completely on their store assistant and bakery stores and does not feel the need to check halal certificates, confident in the supplier's adherence to halal standards. And lastly, trust on mentor, which they depend on prior knowledge of the mentors toward halal concept. However, the verification is still a problem due to the unfounded claim without proper evidence. For instance, how does the mentor know if the ingredients are halal? These critical points need to be undertaken to achieve confidence regarding halal ingredients in bakery and pastry industry.
Muslims must adhere to Quran Surah Al-Baqarah verse 168, which emphasize consuming halal food. Bakeries should avoid pork and gelatin derivative, while fruits, vegetables, and pure substances are allowed. The pastry and bakery's halal status depends on its ingredients and production process, ensuring compliance with divine guidance. Ingredient suppliers seek halal certification to avoid adulteration of haram and mushbah ingredients and ensure understanding of origin and
As
processing.
we come to the conclusion, it can be difficult to distinguish if these ingredients are halal simply by looking at them. This research suggests that pastry chefs themselves may struggle to identify halal ingredients, which they rely on suppliers to provide them with accurate information about the ingredients they sell. Therefore, there is a need for better communication and collaboration between all parties involved in the food supply chain, including the shelf, suppliers, regulatory bodies, and consumers, which is to ensure the bakery products are clearly labeled and that consumers can be confident that they are halal.